Okay. Om. Namaste. Welcome everybody to this time together today. So, I know this looks a little bit formal, but this wasn't meant to be like that. Just chance to meet many people. I gather also just arriving not so long ago, and I felt it would be good just to get everyone together and just to sit. I never have anything planned, as most of you know by now. So it always feels that when we come together, then, and it happens in my heart, this is something that feels good, then we see what unfold in this. So it's a very, very open gathering today. And so I would like to every moment for me is a fresh moment. And my inner sense is what is the best you can discover in this moment. So I'm always like that. Because I feel our lives, in truth, is miraculous, you know. It should not be bland and mundane and drag. All of that would only be a reflection of our mental state. If inside you are sleeping, inside your being, then externally, let's say like that, that will be your vibration when people meet you. You have nothing really to convey or nothing. Not that you have to have anything saved up. I'm not saying that you should come with an whole artillery of techniques and approaches and preparations for anyone. In fact, even that does not work. But if you can come like unprepared in terms of meeting life just as is, rather than what you wish to impose on it through your own projections, I feel then that will be about as true an encounter as possible. And that is always something that is refreshing. How often we are coming from past. Some believe we're only ever coming from past. That right now is only the most instant past, because it's already gone. But practically speaking, experientially, I'm pointing to our freshness in the way that we are living. And it's not a technique. It cannot be a technique. Technique is old. Technique is already past. It's already late. We missed it. You see? I'm here. If anyone wants to talk about, put something here, you want to ask something? Yeah? Okay, say for me. Yes, yeah, here, okay. Okay.
I wanted to thank you. All this time I was not here, for never leaving my side.
For what?
For never leaving my side.
Yeah.
And to show me that I found something that I was looking for many years. And it took me to go away from Sahaja to find something that doesn't move inside. That home is within. It's not in a physical place. And it's because of you, Mooji. And I wanted to thank you.
So you found something which is inside, is home, and that you feel home. It's not a physical place. Because most people, where do you live? I live in London, I live in Manchester, I live in Hong Kong, something. You give a place, you see. But you're saying, no, it's not the geographical location. I'm always a home. Home is here. I'm always a home. And you don't even mean the body, also, not just the body. Because body also is kind of home, no? Meaning that wherever you see this body, you'll likely find me there as well. Isn't it? More than house. So you're saying not even body. Not even just body. More subtle than body. Is that what you're saying? So this home and yourself is the same thing? So you cannot leave. So that's it. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. Good. Next one. Go.
Guruji.
Hello.
I just want to share something because it feels important to share.
Yes.
And something I've been suppressing a long time is coming out.
Okay.
And I'm crying, but I don't mind about this. It's actually
Okay.
nothing. I'm not upset in
Okay.
the true sense. Like
Yes.
it's just there, like bubbling up. So I don't share things because there's something that puts me down in a very strong way. And I've been kind of moving like this to avoid it and the pain it causes. And yesterday I had a massage at my feet and some points were touched. And a lot of emotional pain, that is why this is coming up now, is moving. And just like an opening of seeing of how this mind has been causing me like pain, but I'm also like, it is me as a personal sense. like not in one sentence. It's a process, but it's like in that way, it's kind of guiding my life. And somehow yesterday it was touched, and the pain it caused is now just here. And I'm also grateful for that. And,
Yes.
What is happening is that also I don't speak with you or with, because my mind is taking this person thing, like it's messing with your satsang basically. It's really taking it, not, it's twisting your word. There's like a contortion, and it's taking your words in ways that are not your true words.
This is an important thing that I'm hearing, because I think many people are doing it. The mind is editing and interpreting, twisting, and then representing what my pointing is in ways that can sound like this. You see, you're not to all know, and in some kind of severity, which is not what I'm speaking, you see. So it's good that you bring it out. It's good that you're burping up, vomiting up all this stuff. Nobody enjoys vomiting. But you enjoy the relief. You see? Nobody enjoy, and yet if something is pushed down like that, it is kind of like that suppression can feel emotionally, energetically, physiologically like I need to, it needs, you know. And we can control, but then you say you had massage that actually goes beyond your control. It touches a button that releases these pent-up feelings. They rush up to the surface now, and now you're now just in that cathartic reaction where you say, actually, don't read my tears. The tears, they're just there. I'm not really that important, but I'm looking at something else. You see, that something is maybe trying to fit into this perfect seeker's role. That you can only be a good seeker if you don't have any of this at all. No? There are other factors you can bring into that. It's not so, clean cut, no? There are reasons, there are things also, but that anything in this world stops you from realizing the self, it is not true. That anything or any person stop you from realizing the self is not true. Just like if you want to be happy, nobody can stop you. If you want to be free, nobody can stop you. Except your own projections, your own belief, or believing other people's belief that's not resonating inside your own heart or something, or your own mind distorting something, then to turn it into some kind of fear, some kind of strange, you use the word contortion, no? Twisting it to make it into some crippled concept, and then holding on to this concept, and in a way being like that with life or something. No, you can't, or you can't do something like this. Yeah.
Also, I'm like, for example, just to throw up some examples, is like it's my, it's all very personal. Like, it's your fault, you haven't got it yet, and there is actually a truth that really I'm here for this, and it's not, I'm not wrong or something, like. But every time I speak, I have, every time this I comes up, this hatred also comes. Like, even when I speak to you now, there is like a radar that's like, ooh, you're against saying I to Mooji. Like, that's really bad. Like
yes,
this. But
yes,
actually,
yes.
I need to speak I.
Yes.
In a very free way. That is
Yes.
not enlightened. That's just like, this is just my experience.
Yeah.
And I need to just say it
Yes.
with a big fat I.
Yes. But you need to say it also, and to free me as well too, because from all this stuff. Because if there's a big fat juicy I inside there, and you know, you are pretending it's really quiet, yeah? And then he wants to come out, huh? And nobody tell you, listen, how dare you, you know? Because there are places that present things in a certain way. You know, I heard of one place where all the participants, all the devotees or seekers, you know, always have to be happy. Yeah, I've heard, no? Someone here tell me, I don't know if you're here today, I have some eye contact to see who told me this thing. You always have to be happy, always smiling. You see? You are not supposed to be unhappy. So this means, I'm happy. Okay? And if you are not like that, then people like, you know, what's wrong with you? Can you imagine what a pressure? Then when you leave this place, you don't want to smile again to anybody. So, you know, this is the worst thing. I don't feel any authentic teacher or place can say something like that and then feel that that is of some benefit. Unless they want to get rid of something false, and then they say, okay, because people are smiling, then they may say to you, listen, just smile all day. Try it all day, you smile. And then by lunchtime you hate it so much that you just drop it or something. But can you imagine all the time you have to do that? And if all the time you have to be careful when you say I, because this is quite a something actually. There's a lot of people feel that you should not say I. Then what are you going to say? It is believed here that you can't say I. So this is some kind of semantics or something, and the mind is very good at these things. To be so Puritan, so pure, so synthetic, so I don't know, sanitized, that you don't use words because they indicate that you're still functioning with an ego, and this is horrible, horrible. And who does that? We do it for ourselves. And nobody's telling you to do this. So the mind is misinterpreting. Sometimes right in front of me also, we're talking, and the mind is still just editing inside there and putting bits, cut and paste something and things like this. And in the end, I heard last night I heard from someone that she didn't say it in any kind of accusing way, but just informing that one other long-term resident at Monte Sahaja has not been practicing inquiry at all, not using inquiry at all. So I said, okay, what they're doing. So I felt also today, I'd like to find out what path you're following, and you know, and just genuinely, just here, you know, that maybe I'm here talking and nobody's following self-inquiry. Everybody is into something else. I want to take some test about it to find, because I'm here killing myself over self-inquiry, and everybody is sort of like doing, you know, sort of, you know, mudras and or whatever. So I'm going to find out in a minute.
So I do self-inquiry, but then the mind obviously takes over.
Mm-hmm. Are you aware when it does? How much time passes before you're aware that, wait a second, my mind is already onto this and moving things around?
when I stop and do the inquiry, then it's okay. It's good. Yeah. It's not. I can see. It's more in the moments when I move that it's kind of an unconscious, like creeping from the back, and somehow
because it can be that somehow we are feeling that, as long as I'm still and nobody rings or something, I can stay in this or something like that. And but if I have to talk with someone, I come out of it. But these are thoughts. They are thoughts. And the thoughts deeply believed in, and when you deeply believe in the thought, it's as though you believe it into existence and it becomes your experience. You see? So this, for instance, like you've just said, that the mere talking about something or in movement, it's as though you have come out of alignment with your own heart. But this is not necessarily true.
I feel the mind takes over and kind of with this kind of self-hatred of the I. And also what I'm struggling with then is we do need to make choices as a person, so to say, like, in our life. And there is an intuition that just chooses for beauty and love and what is just moving like that. And there it is, like, now already the voice is coming. You're speaking to Mooji about life again. This is about outside. You should be inside. I'm just exposing it because it's running the show, and I really want to end it. And
the only reason why it can be running the show is because you're still identified personally. Because it's only the person's sense of consciousness. The sense of the person is also consciousness, but it's now a sort of very contracted, limited form of consciousness. And the person is where all the problems start, actually. The sense of the person. That, all persons, the person's state of consciousness is it's always fluctuating. It's never steady.
Guriji, I don't know how to get out of it.
I'm going to show you today.
But you showed me many times. I'm sorry, but I really need to get it.
Yes. We all need to get it. Because whether we like it or not, you're laughing or crying? What happened? We all need to get it, because until you do, the mind will feel like, yes, now, and then after, oh no. And this is the nature of the personalized consciousness. And right across the board, any country, any religion, any kind of place you'll go, that fluctuation will be there wherever the person is posing as the fact of being. The fact is that you are not the person. A person is only a kind of strain of your consciousness. And I would like to spend some time just to get you to understand that in your heart, to the place where you're even more totally relaxed about it. Because it is the person that has all these idiosyncrasies and feel frustrated, and the mind is speaking to me and saying, it's the person that suffers this. It is not the presence. And spirituality only means the change, the transformation from person to presence. That's the first important change happen. As long as you stay in the mode of only person, your life will be personal. And if your life is personal, such things as unconditioned love and compassion and peace, these are universal qualities. They are not just for the person. The person will feel peace momentarily. For a short time you'll feel peace, you feel joy, and then after it will change again. No matter how much you can plead. Many people go to church and says, until death I will stay with you. With all my heart I will serve you. And they can't keep it up. They can't do it. Even with the best intention, you cannot do it. Because the nature of the mind of the person is that it cannot be consistent like that. At a certain point it will change. And in those cases where people fight to keep their promise, fight, in the end you end up with a cripple who is trying to hold something which better just let it flow. Just because you want to be someone who says, I never changed, I never gave up. I never gave up. Yeah, but look at you. So why? Some things you have to give up. When it is sensible to give something up, you give it up. Who told you you have to be like that?
Who needs to give it up? Because here my mind comes in. This is like when you say like you have to become from person to
yes.
presence. Like
who am I talking about?
Who are you talking? Who has to do this?
Yes, the consciousness which is presently disguised into believing it is a person and functioning as a person has to do this. Please understand. There's no person without consciousness. The consciousness which is in a state of recovery, meaning that for a long time it is functioning as the person. It is not the person. It needs the body to taste experiencing. But something happens in the body that it gets identified with the body and says, I am this body. And then also whatever conditioning arises for it, it embraces those conditioning as this is me. And it grows in that. This is the one. It is still consciousness, but now somehow it's in a kind of hypnosis in believing that it is a person. It lives in the mode of a person. And this is why the inquiry is perhaps the most ruthless, the most unsparing light that exposes the fallacy of the ego. And it exposes it in a very clear way for you. That ego is only a distorted perception. Very, very limited. It was meant to be playful, but we fell into a deep seriousness about it. And you forgot who you are. It's like an actor going on stage, playing King Henry VIII or something. And then just taking it so much to heart, he goes home to his wife. And the dinner is burnt, and he says, off with your head, or something like this. And she says, get out of here. Where were you? You're not King Henry VIII. You're George. You see? It's like it is playful, not playful as in a giggle, but the consciousness, it's intended actually, the Supreme, in its expression as multiplicity, to experience the taste of being a person. But then not to lose its fundamental understanding.
In my experience, I saw that actually the person is not there. Like the person is not an entity. It's a movement. It's just.
It's a belief. It's a belief.
But it's like it's something that happens. Like in the wider space, there is these thought structures, but the thought structures, they don't actually have a shape as we perceive shapes.
Yes.
And this is like it's a movement of in and out, although that's not possible. Somehow, what I want to clarify is this. As soon as there's speech about the person, because you could say the construct that lives here, the conditioning that lives here is like for many people very much trained, or like who knows why, to kind of kill and be violent towards itself.
Towards whatever it is also that makes it feel threatened. And what happens also is that we believe all our strangenesses, all our little flaws, they have a beginning in some, sort of like that we can go there, we can untangle thread by thread these things. And I said, no, it's not true. They are just nonsense. There's nothing. It doesn't have. It wasn't born in any particular moment. Why it is like this and not like that. Some things develop like this, but it's a waste of time. You end up going deeper and deeper just in your mind, and doesn't have anything. The important thing is really to come to recognize who you are, who is perceiving these things. Because once that registers in your heart, all of this thing just falls away. Immediately, it is falling away. And I'm not telling you this for you to believe it. I'm telling you for us to prove it. And if you follow the pointings, then you'll be able to testify for yourself. Yes, it is true. If I look, you yourself say, when I look, I don't find the person as a tangible entity. It is just some kind of construct or a kind of movement that has been presumed or assumed to be an entity or this entity called me. But even you who look and say, I don't find it, you are who? Even you who then look and say, I look for the person, I can't find the person. Who are you, that one who is looking? For these things you must be very quiet and understand the question you're asking. And don't dig your mind up for this. Understand the question you're asking, okay? And be very quiet and alert and be with it. The mind will probably try and change the question for another question. But don't change the question. You stay with him. You may start to feel a bit tired or something, but it doesn't matter. You stay with him. And if you fix and keep understanding, you may find something happens like this. Something like this happens very often. Because the power of your focus on this question, meaning that it cannot keep hiding. And you're expecting to find something you can understand in some kind of objective way. But instead, very often what happens is some energy is released. Like that. And then a greater sense of space remains behind that. And you still don't abandon your question. Stay with him the same way. Don't start to celebrate because you're feeling a bit more space. Stay with him. Who? Let this happen very often. It's often what happens when we used to go to church, and you're listening or you're just being in that ambient, that atmosphere of sacredness. And then somebody would come and tell you, oh, no, don't. You're tired, you should just go to bed early. Because they don't understand what this is. It's not about tiredness. It's releasing energy. Grace also is helping. Or whenever you're in the presence of some saintly being or something, already the force of their presence triggers this release. That is their blessing on you also. Automatically it is happening like that. Then you start to realize that your mind doesn't feel so busy. The chaos is going. Because it was never real. It's just it's being fed by your attention and belief and identity. Feeds this type of energy more. The minute you bring the attention again just to the state of presence or in the position of the witnessing consciousness, already you find that these energies are passing away. Because there's no real truth about them. They're only true in your head. And when you suffer from the feeling of being overwhelmed by thoughts it's because it is personal. Because somehow the devious mind manages to catch you, the consciousness, and to put you in the position of a person. That's the only way you can suffer and have problems. You will not, from the state of pure consciousness, experience that, oh, anything is overwhelming. Because overwhelming is also, you will see more clearly, it's just a sensation being interpreted in the mind to say, I'm overwhelmed. If you stay in the position of the person, you'll feel knocked about by these sensations and these thoughts. As the position shifts back into the place of the weakness, the formless weakness, all of these things, they vanish. You must understand your being. And you must come to discern the difference between yourself and your mind. Because very often we are just confused. You're thinking you're your mind. You're not your mind. But you say, but it seems to make sense and it speaks to me. Yeah, it speaks to you as a person. Can you imagine the mind coming to the Buddha or to Christ and saying, you didn't do very well today, did you? And sitting there feeling very special in yourself and all this stuff. It wouldn't happen. Why would it not happen? It may try, but it would not get the attention for it to grow more. The mind did come. It says, even in the temptation of Christ, for those people who are aware of these scriptures, in the temptation of Christ, he said, in the wilderness, when did it come? When he was very tired and weak and hadn't eaten for days, and it was cold, and he could feel, the sort of the mortal feelings of a person. Then it says he could come then. Yeah, because you're at your weakest point. And then he would launch his assault, his attack, you see. And he defeated them. Not with aggression, not with cynicism, but with scriptural truth that he understood in his heart. Then after this, it says, the devil left him for an opportune moment, meaning that next time you're weak again, I show up. In the same way, we're walking about everywhere, and there are many bacteria and germs floating about in the air. But you don't know anything about them, because your body is healthy. But the minute it gets very weak and so on, then you're easily zapped by those forces, those bacteria, and quickly you become sick. So it's to do with your inner strength. If you are succumbing easily to the notion of a person, you see, then the ego will work through your memory to find memory of pains that happened to you, and it will work through these pains. And say, yeah, you remember when she did that to you? Yeah, here she's doing again. Look at her face, and you start to look at her. You start to get into this belief, and then it grows like that. But as you come back into the place of the consciousness, then these thoughts don't even come even. Because the altitude of the consciousness is too high for such lowly thoughts. They will not register in the consciousness. So always the problems will come, and they're always personal, meaning that when you start to relate to your life from a person, then the mind will feel strong. You'll feel overwhelmed. You will not be overwhelmed from the state of presence or from the weakness. In the same way. Even to say, you see, now you're talking to Mooji. Who is he talking to you as? He's relating to you as a person. Otherwise, no business. If everyone stopped relating and believing in their persons, mind is out of a job. The psychological mind, out of business. Has to have somebody who believe, you see, believe in this. Yes, you're not good enough, and you see, they rejected you, because you're never going to get it. Or the other way, you're far too good to be with them. Or whichever way, whichever works, it will get you. You know all this already. Why go there? You know all this already. The maturity is when you come to a certain place come to a certain place inside, it's like the mind in this form have no space there. It's not because you're running away from the mind that you're not even fighting. You're not even fighting. When you are established again in your own being, you don't know anything. People talk, everybody's talking about the mind, but you don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, you do, and you don't. You cannot acknowledge mind as any true force. It's all imagined. So that these things, you have the massage, you trigger this release, it's good that the release comes, all this stuff coming up, tears, you're burping out. The room is being cleaned. Don't put anything back in there. You might remove worldly conditioning, but now don't put in spiritual conditioning either. Keep the room empty.
Thank you, Guruji.
I really want you to come knock on my door. Wake me up.
Really, Guruji, because
Yes.
I just feel that every time when you speak, I can't help it. There's just this like I need to overcome. Like I don't even have words. I don't want to speak to you too much about the mind. It comes like now, like
No,
I
you
can't
speak to me as much as it feels real to you, and we will together burn him quickly. Don't come and say what you cannot speak about. Come and speak from your heart, and whatever come.
Because when I
It will be
speak
okay.
from my heart, I don't know how to speak. It just comes, and there is an I in there. And
Okay, come and speak from your head.
sorry,
Come and speak from your head,
thank you,
and we see how long it takes to get to your heart.
thank you.
Because I don't want to put some limitation, you can only come like this, because a lot of people seem to be afraid, but it's all the mind is making all these things up. I have never said to you, listen, only come to me when it's like this. I will not entertain, of course, if somebody is in their mind and they only want to be in their mind. And no, I said, enough of that, I can't do that. But if you're in your mind and you want to get out of your mind, welcome, let's look and talk. This is it.
Guruji, there is a strong force that says that if I haven't got it, I'm not like if you're speaking about this maturity, I can see it, but it still has a power. It says like, yes, you see you're not mature enough.
Yeah,
And
but that's what the
actually
mind is
doesn't
saying,
like
that's not
you.
what I am saying.
I know,
Okay?
I know. I just want to expose it
Yes,
because it is just really like it feels like an illness, and I need to somehow.
It is a mental illness that the whole world has. Everybody in the world got mental illness to varying extent until you know who you are. So all earth has become a human madhouse. Until you know, or beginning to at least grasp that. And then you see that, wait a minute, this beauty is in me, this beauty is in yourself, this harmony is in yourself, this joy is in yourself, this light is in yourself, this peace is in yourself, this great love and this great compassion is in yourself. You will begin to discover this. It's as though we have to be hatched open like that, and then flower in this world a bit. But just in the belief of being this person and that person, no, it is some unreliable state. Of course it is consciousness also, but even in the state of the person cannot even understand what consciousness means. It's like when you're in a certain state, it is as though that state alone is real. It's only when you're coming out of that state, you start to realize, whoa, I didn't realize I was so tight. You mentioned massage. Some people, you go to massage them or something, and they, oh, no, like this, okay? And then you keep on, and they start to melt. And then after a little bit, somehow they're just like, they're gone, and then they say, my God, I didn't realize I was so tight. You know? Only because you come out. Then because of the contrast, you can say, I was so tight before, I didn't realize it. But now something happened, and I experienced the opposite of tight. Then I can see tight. You see? And initially, that many people say, I'm here totally for truth, only truth and truth. But in actuality, when you look and you say, okay, let's take a look, you find that we start to make excuses, or the mind is going to make excuses. Like, it's too direct. We expect we're going to go on a long journey. And you're just saying, it's right here, and that's too direct. So you see something is already backing out. Because it imagines that to discover the true self is too big a sacrifice. I'm going to lose all my joy. I'm going to lose all my pleasures and so on. As though pleasures is the exclusive right of the mind. And that joy, is birth in the mind. And that peace and love are the monopolies for the mind. It's nonsense, complete nonsense. So, you are going to have to push at me.
I will say many silly things.
I don't mind. You will not be the first.
I mean it, Guruji.
Me too.
I want to say silly things because I cannot stay like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, like...
You cannot pretend to be perfect and be happy. You see? It's the most unbearable thing. And maybe people watch you and go, poor dear. And you think you'll get away with it. They all think I'm perfect. And it's
Guruji, what is rejection? Like, the only one who can be rejected is the personal consciousness, then, so to say, and it's like what I really deeply wish is to be actually rejected by the whole world, and actually by you, by everyone, and just that is actually to be free of that force of rejection, of fear of rejection, of to find that what cannot be rejected. And
well, if you are holding on firmly to the idea of yourself as a person and trying to make it as a person, then that has to be rejected. Or you can say discarded. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen like that. And say, no, you're a waste of bloody time. You're a waste of bloody time. You're a waste of bloody time. Oh my God. And you're watching something, and something inside, hear those words and know they're meaningless actually. Sometimes you need to hear this to feel the thing you most fear, to find that it's nothing at all. Yes. One man in Lucknow, with Papaji's feet, now he was always monkeying around. Huh? and always trying it on with the girls, and always running about and being funny and all this kind of stuff. No. So one day in Satsang he was talking, asking Master about something, and the Master said to him, it doesn't matter for you, it's okay, because you're not going to wake up in this life. I mean, it's not for you. So you don't have to make any effort, you can just continue. It's not for you. Then he dismissed him. Yeah. And it had the greatest impact. The monkey went. Then entered the monk. Okay? Because something need to just to say, no, not you. Yes. Everybody, you're all welcome to my party. No, not you. Not you. Everyone except you. You see? So it's something, it's so burning, but only for the ego. And that burn is so painful, maybe for the first time, he's aware of something else inside. A place of deep serenity and peace in its incredible nakedness, stripped out. The monkey had no chance. You had to go out. Sometimes life has to do this. Because you're not going to wake up with sort of like, pistachio ice cream every day. And all the nice things and lovely parties. And no, you're not going to. You're going to sleep like that. Sometimes, and it brings you again into the place where you're undivided again. So you may say, oh no, I couldn't. It would be too much if you reject me. It would be too much if you reject me. Then it is the best thing. Huh? No, it's not gonna be you today. I don't show my techniques if I'm going to do it. Just like that, and suddenly, somehow, it is the very thing that is sometimes needed to take the cold shock, you see. The brutal shock on the ego sense. Yes. Thankfully, many times in life, it comes by itself. You fall out of a tree or something, or you crash your car, and in hospital, you're in whatever it is, or someone close to you pass away, or your house gets broken into. And these intense experiences throw you out of your groove. And for the first time, you're kind of fresh again, you see. But there's a mind that says, no. Kill me softly. When you're cutting my head, let me hold the hand as well. So, no. So you have to surrender and say, I'm here, I'm in life. And this is a love also, is love. But the love that the mind's afraid of it. It wants to be hugged and, oh darling, never mind, everything's going to be okay, and it's not. And sometimes you get also, it's okay, nice. No, I'm only joking, not right. Good? Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Ja.
amongst everything, all the things you've been saying, now the last thing that it came is that I don't want to believe that I didn't come here for that.
You didn't want to?
I don't want to believe that I didn't come here for that, because this is a strong thing saying, maybe you didn't come here for that, you are not in the right place, because I can feel the rejection. Even that, if it's come from you, it's grace.
Who said it? Your mind said this?
The last sentence I said, like, if it comes from you, it's grace.
Mm-hmm.
So rejection is there. I'm feeling it from, I don't know, like being pushed. And even if I have to be in a very deep hole to understand or to rise again as what I am, it's good, but if it's not helping or something, I just want to know.
What is not helping?
What I'm feeling, like...
To keep it keep it on course, the best way I can tell you. Because even the way we are speaking now, it is okay. It's okay, we're starting in that way. But we're still in the zone and the realm, generally, of the person. All of us, no? No, I'm not shutting it down. I'm opening it up, actually, to say, let's look together at it, no? And it is because of this, actually, this is where the trouble starts also. It's where trouble starts. Because somehow we are relating very much from the position of the person, although I do not look on you as person. I don't look at you, my contact with you is not as person to person. I'm not able to see in this way, because it's too strong inside my heart that I am in the presence of God. But I see that when I hear, what I hear sounds like it's coming not from the self, it's coming from person, which is what the self is presently believing itself to be. Like it is referring to itself as and from the state of the person, you see. So at least it's genuine. At least the mistake so far is that, it really believes this. Okay? So I can't dismiss that because, there's a belief in it. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep on doing it because it's so heavy to just be person, actually. But because generally we feel we don't have another option, the human kingdom, don't feel we have really another real option, because the scientist is acting like the person, the politician is acting as person, the king and the queen of countries are acting as person, you see, teachers are acting as person, student is acting as person, parents are persons, children are persons, everybody's person. So we just have a silent agreement that we are all persons, basically. Then what we can do as persons in this great world? Not very much. We can have a lot of ideas about what. And in some way, you can say, yes, but human beings build all these things and build all... Yeah, it's consciousness in the form of human beings building all these things. Is it a completely worthless state? No. The person is not the possessor of consciousness. The person is not the possessor or the controller of consciousness. The person itself is an expression of consciousness. There's no person having consciousness. The person is itself a temporary expression of consciousness.
So the consciousness is expressing this person or personal attitude right now, this period of time, and it will hopefully.
Well, while it is doing this, it is in a position also to recognize that only as a person, in the mode as a person, it's not enough. It's going to suffer, it's going to judge, it's going to misinterpret, it's going to be selfish, it's going to be needy, it's going to be a dreamer, and it has to find a deeper aspiration within itself, which it has. It has all the power. The person or the consciousness has all the power already inside to put into practice, to make use of them in the appropriate time. But it seems as though the consciousness, when it identifies or creates a self-portrait of itself as a person and then lives in that self-portrait or that mask, it falls in love with its own self-portrait and it wants to be the self-portrait for a while. And the more it believes this, the more it will suffer. Because it must grow out of this dream. It must come out of it.
Guruji, so what is the self-portrait in here? Because somehow I cannot see it. I can see these waves of the person and almost negative, but I can't.
If you are seeing the person, the sense of the person, its negativity, its weaknesses, and its apparent strengths, this is one thing. You have to now find out. You have to now clearly understand and see where you're looking from. Is the one looking at the person, is it personal? If you're able to see your person, you talk and you feel your emotions, because you cannot find a person. There's no person. You may say, look, I'm here, but the body is not a person. The body is not a person. The body is the body. Okay? Something is relating to the body, like that is my person. It is not your person. The body never said, I'm a person. The body doesn't even know your name. Okay? So, something is aware of the sense of identity, the belief, I'm a woman, this is my role, or I'm a man, this is my role, or whatever it is like that. But that person, apparently, that's living, you are able to observe them. Your own sense of person, you're able to observe it. Who are you, the one who observe it? Is that one person?
No, it's not. It's
No.
not that.
So even if we only did this, suppose we only had time, you and me only had time. I'm leaving on a train, I'm going. Mekhala, come. Guruji, you have any last word, last teaching for me? The train is say, Mekhala. You who are watching this, the person, are you the person? No, Guruji, I'm not. Okay, find out who it is. Bye. Okay? Then I will leave feeling, that is good. I hope she follows. I'm even saying this to you. If just this you do, the one who is, the person, when I did this, and that's the person. When I'm in my mind, when I'm in my emotion, when I'm in my memory, when I'm in my anger, I really feel that, I'm really angry. That's my person. Okay? Then I ask you, but what is observing this? Is there, this is a place that very few human beings go, by the way, if I can say this. Okay? Very few people go back this place because nobody asks you to do this. Nobody. Husband and wife, they don't ask you to do that. Your parents never ask you. You see? You're misbehaving, you did wrong. The one who is doing wrong, you say is you, okay? Okay? Are you aware of when you're doing wrong? Yes, I am. I'm aware I'm doing it. You who are aware that you are doing wrong, are you the one doing wrong? No. Then who are you? Don't guess. Look. Okay? Just that. Just keep looking. Because I'm aware of everything. My mind, thoughts, emotion, intellect, memory, imagination, my senses, time. I'm aware of all of this. I, who am aware of all of this, am I the things I'm observing? You say no. If I am not the things I'm observing, if I'm not the things I'm observing, then who am I? Find out. How are you going to find out? Well, you don't have to leave this room. You don't have to go into a temple. You don't have to sit under a tree. Right where you are, stay there. And recognize, but all these things, I can't be because I see them coming and I see them going. I can't be them. And if I'm not any of them, then what am I? And then you see your mind start to give you some answers. Oh, you're God. But that's just another idea again. That's just another thought again. No, but who am I? Is there a deeper way of knowing this than just another concept or another idea?
Guruji, nothing is coming.
But you are still there to know nothing is coming. You must be there, you see, to say, oh, nothing is coming. Well, it doesn't matter for me because whatever come will go anyway. And you are the one who is still here to say nothing is coming at the moment. Oh, now, okay, something is coming. It doesn't matter if something is coming. I'm only one to know about you, not what is coming and going. Okay? But you're always talking about what's coming and going. Have you noticed? Your whole life is about what's coming and going. It's this one's coming here. And, oh no, so where is he? Oh no, he left yesterday. Coming and going. Come and gone. Everything come and go. Why do I want to know about that?
It feels like when I am in the state of happiness, I don't question this.
But the happiness
state.
come and go too. It's just that when the happiness come, you prefer happiness. When pain come, you inquire because you don't want it to stay. So you use the inquiry like a painkiller. Who is unhappy? Yes. Okay, yes, cup of tea, anybody? Okay, boom, boom, you're gone. But when you're happy, you don't need to inquire. You just want to just press save. Replay. Okay? But you can't do it. And if you say, yes, I press the button, again, happiness. I said, I'm still not interested. One day, your finger will drop off, you're going, no replay. No replay. Your video run out, no replay. And now, what you're going to rely on? In the place where you're observing all these things coming and going, are you spending any energy there? Are you getting tired just of being aware? Of course, your mind is going to come and say, I can't sit here all day doing this. And that's what he does, isn't it? You can't sit there all day. Whenever you sit here all day doing anything.
That came.
Yes.
Just very subtle, like.
Yeah.
But I cannot, because right now.
You are to dismiss him. Don't pick him up. He said, my mind said, you can't sit there right now. And then you go next sentence, because after this I'm going to have to do this. And then you start a story with the thing you should have thrown out. You're only to be the awareness itself, nothing else, no job, just be the awareness. But the mind says, that's a bit naive. You're not going to become a Buddha just by sitting there being nothing. And one of its statements is going to get you. Maybe not the first. One of the things the mind says is going to get you. Oh, but how are you going to stay here? But what happened when, this person come again? And already you break your silence and start to, And then you start to imagine and you come out. This is what you do every time. Watch yourself. Observe yourself and see. Observe yourself and see. You don't have to go anywhere to go any course. Observe your behavior and see. And see if the observed behavior, is belong to who? And who is watching it? What is watching it? There may be one watching it with interest. But behind this one is one which watches have no interest. It just is there. It's already there. Nobody put it in there. That is your most true place. Be there. Be there. And your mind is going to come very quickly, because to sabotage any peace that you have conquered, is going to try. If you cannot bear his attack, then tough. You're in trouble. But if you can sit and say, you see, the mind is telling me lots of things at the moment, but telling me who? Who is he speaking to? Because something is aware and it's not involved with the mind. Big mind, little mind, nice mind, bad mind, doesn't matter anything to him, to the one who is here. If you can find this one, you're home. You're home. Mind might say, yeah, it's all right being at home, but sometimes you have to go out. You will check again and say, going in and going out also does not affect me. Body can go in and out, but I cannot go in and out. You will see these things. I am telling you something. I stand before you as I am. I will tell you this. You are not going to find anything higher in this universe than what I'm sharing you, if you pay attention to this. You may find very, very elaborate philosophies about spirituality. You may find miraculous things going on. But to discover the truth of who you are, and to know and discover your timelessness and the unborn awareness, there's nothing higher than that. It's just that your mind does not believe it. And maybe you believe your mind. Bye. That's it. You either slowly you tend to look. If you have the urge in you, you look. And you'll find. And this finding, if it is true, will never leave you. Because only the lie can go, the truth cannot go.
Yes, the truth cannot go. That's...
But the truth is not a belief. The truth is not a concept. If you can follow whatever you perceive, it's coming and going. Can you pick up anything from what you thought yesterday? So many thoughts, so many experiences, so many sensual perceptions came and went. Can you bring them back? No, they're gone. Your whole life is like that. Nothing to be sorry about, not at all. Because what remains is greater than all of that. We do everything to freeze the things we enjoy and to have them over and over and over again. But none of them can compare with that which unfolds freshly from the cosmic being. Nothing can compare. What I say to you, you cannot understand it only with the mind as a concept. You must bring your mind and baptize it in your heart. You must look and confirm and see with your own eyes and confirm with your own heart. But it is true. It is like this. Not just blind belief. You can see. I must be here observing behind all the things that I call my life and my world. Everything as being what appeared to me. It reported to me, something is here. I know I am, but what I am, I cannot really find. Take everything away, and I cannot remove my being. I cannot show what it is in any objective way, and yet I cannot refute that it is alone the stable thing. I am before all forms, because all forms exist in time and space. I am the witness of time and space. I am the witness of the elements and their interactions. Any of you can say that. I am not my Christian name. I am not my surname. I am not my body color. I am not Italian or Caribbean. I am not any of those things. These are pertaining to the body. It is fine. It's okay. I will use them. But they are not my essence. They are not who I am my essence. I can never not be my essence. But I cannot produce my essence on paper and say, look, there's my essence. I am my essence. Mind is always talking about past and personal self, relationships, projections, desire, attachments. Things that make you feel bound. The self doesn't know any of these things. In every situation he's happy. But for a while, the mind will feel like this. It's like strong. Because the tendency to identify as a person is also strong for a time. But with grace, with your satsang, because grace brought you to satsang, with your satsang, things will begin to turn around. And the mind force will become neutralized. Then your life will be experience of harmony and joy, a joy that doesn't have to have a story, a joy which is the joy of being. And whatever thing you have to do, you will not perceive it as a problem. Just that it has to be done, and you will see and witness that the universe is assisting you in your activities. You're no longer just moving as a single entity, a person. You move as though you are a community of being. Forces come, people come unexpected, unasked, to support an expression of righteousness. This is what I want to say to you. I don't want to be focusing on this particular problem and that, because they keep growing. It's like pruning a banyan tree leaf by leaf. You go after you do 500, you look back and they're all coming back up again. Go to the root. What is the root? You are the root. But as long as we have this fascination for a person, you will not feel like you are the root. You'll feel like you're a leaf. The leaf and the tree and the root, they're one. But the leaf is a very impermanent participator. The trouble has been that by habit, your attention kept going through memory and identity to a certain kind of thing that keeps troubling your mind. And it seems like it's very difficult, like a reflex, it's difficult to come out. But you come out, you'll come out. Just seeing like this, look and say, okay, even if it's 5,000 things, doesn't matter. I'm just one. Just be one. I'm not one and two, I'm just one. And you can look. And you see everything you see is made of time. Everything come and go. You are the witness of the coming and going. And you can witness certain aspects of yourself which is coming and going. That also belong to time. Your mind also is time. Your thoughts also, they come and go. They come and go. They are not the essence. Your body is always changing. It is coming and going also. That is not the essence. Something which observes all the changes, but itself is unchanging. Yeah. Where is it? Good. You stay with that. Whenever your mind is coming, you stay with this, stay with this. You say, okay, it's like my mind, but okay, it's but you just be the awareness. Just try and stay as awareness. And he will try and call you by name. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Don't pretend you can't hear me. I'm here. I'm not going to go away. Blah, 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 blah. Go away. He says, but Guruji says just to stay here. Heart is thumping. Boom, 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 boom. It's okay. Headache is coming. Still, I'm not this headache. You do this, and I'd love to talk to you again soon. You stay with that.
Good.
Good. Thank you. Yes.
I don't know how, and I don't know why. Simply, I'm here.
It is good. I don't know how. I don't know why. Simply, I'm here. This is a pretty natural admission. Don't know how I come to be here. Don't know why I'm here. I know I'm here. No? But you who are here is what? I don't know how I'm here. Don't know why I'm here. But I am here. But you who are here is who? Yeah. Not the answer as an answer is no use. No? We can write it down, he said so and so and so. That won't be it. But your discovery is something. The answer, no. Answer is just answer. Yes, I am consciousness. Yeah. I said, no. By word may be correct, but maybe by vibration not correct. It must be a finding, you see. So who are you? I'm here.
There is just aliveness, vibrating here.
Yes.
No question.
Yes.
Just gratitude and love.
You can also say it like this. I don't know how. I don't know where I came from. I don't even know what I am. I know I am. You say as well now, there was just this vibration, this aliveness, that's it. And if there's no need to qualify that, to say it's this and that, but somehow, whatever it is, I am that. But this person, whatever person, I have not found a place for this one. This one is always something fluctuating. I cannot be that one. Then you leave it, and then let experiencing happen. And then you see that there's something here that does not happen. It is not a happening. It's just a kind of an isness. And you find yourself, I'm just this isness. But even if I don't say I am this isness, I am still this isness.
No, Babaji. I leave tomorrow. But I could never leave. Beyond words.
Yes, I love you too. Yeah. When you see this beautiful light, because we see light shine upon things, but when you feel the light shining out from the presence of human being, where is the source of that light coming? Where is the source of that light coming from? It's not from outside. Thank you. It reminds me when I was in Tiruvannamalai. It was a time of Deepam, full moon, most auspicious time. And pilgrims would come from all over India. Sometimes millions would come to walk around the mountain Arunachala. And so all going the same way, like one big wave of humanity going around, flowing around the mountain, going in the same clockwise direction. No? One time, in the sea of people, the full dark, some eyes were shining out. Just like this passing. This. Where is this light coming from? Yeah. And in my heart, there he is. Again. The person does not display this light. It comes from the source, from the presence itself, glowing, like that. So beautiful. There you come.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I want to thank you from the core of my heart for showing me that I'm timeless and imperishable and pure holiness. There's no doubt, like there's very powerful forces within me that confirm this all the time. And it's the greatest gift I could ever receive in the universe. I just had to thank you for that. I know without your grace it would not be possible. And it seems like every moment now I'm filled with so much joy, like an overflowing of joy and love and peace, and a deep knowing that everything is perfect. Everything that happens, even when I'm burning very fiercely inside, it's perfect, it's so right, meant to be, so that I can grow and expand and become pure.
This is very good. To be like this, means that you this is trust, actually. That is trust, To come into life, move in life, without trying to control and to prevent and to manipulate, just moving. As compelled by your inner nature, you're moving. And whatever comes, yes, there may be some ouch, okay, but behind this is an acceptance, it's okay. And that somehow something maybe grow from this, or taste this to confirm it is okay, this is no problem here, no problem with this, whatever it is, no? So this is something that already is very rare, in fact. That's good. You must have looked somehow from deep within yourself to look and to be able to confirm that you are imperishable. Belief is good, of course you can believe this, but you can also know this. You can prove it. You can prove it through your own insight as you bring the attention back to the place where it rests naturally in that total stillness, no? And that even the functioning of perception is itself perceived effortlessly from here. And the sense of person that also is perceived. And resting in that cool seeing, faith and trust arises from there. That all of life must be like this, to my final breath. We cannot say how life will be, how it will play, or even how you will react. We cannot say. We like to think we know how. It's better don't put anything in that box. Leave everything open. And keep looking in these ways, just keep looking. You don't have to look at many things. You look at looking itself. And look at the source of seeing, where even the functioning of perception is seen also. If you can do that a little bit. And stay with it, stay with it. Because this is something, that there's something, I don't remember what it is like. It was a little piece of leaf somebody put one time in my mouth. I started just to, it's so tiny. I could only just be biting it with my teeth. But it kept getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. You keep rolling it a little bit around on the tongue, biting. More sweetness is coming out. You see? It's the same like this. You keep quiet in your being. And you keep on just looking, confirming. Something's getting sweeter and sweeter. Your beingness is getting sweeter and sweeter. Sweeter and sweeter. And this sweetness is also tasted. And who is this taster? Even the taster is tasted. Even the taster is being tasted, you see. You're running out now. We've run out of concepts. No more concepts in the basket. Basket is also concept. And now the thing which cannot be missed. That alone is seen. But not by another. How can you perceive something which is non-phenomenal? How can we perceive that which is without shape or size or quality? Or distance? Then the perceiver and the perceived must be one. You're leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving in 2 days.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to ask you as my guru if you have any guidance for me before I leave.
Keep chewing this thing, I'm telling you. It's good like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, good. I am with you. Yes. Very good. Thank you. Okay. I have question only for one more. Who is it? You come? Yeah. Let me see. Oh. This thing is falling. Is it falling in the back? That's
I don't have a question, but my heart is beating, and I feel it's time to come.
Yes. When you come like this, you don't have a question. Something push you come. You know where this push is coming from and where it's going to? Meaning it's pushing you, is coming from the unknown actually. And it's pushing you into the unknown. Because when you have questions, it's like, yes, at least I know the question, I hope to get the answer. So when you have no question, and sometimes your hand go up, even, don't mean it. Huh? We call it the helium hand. By itself, without your knowing, it goes up. Like this, or something push you. It push you from the unknown. It push you into unknown. Now, the mind doesn't understand that. It doesn't want to go to the unknown because it lives in the realm of the apparent known. And he's comfortable, I know this, I know that. And takes a kind of false sense of safety from the apparent known. But you have walked past that road. You come to the place of the unknown. In the place of the unknown, there are no signs. No left turn over the bridge. 1 kilometer left. There's nothing like that. And the sages, they know this place. Their being lives there. I say, there's a term called the udmani, means the state above the mind. State above the mind. The one who is there in udmani state, this one is not going to be troubled by the lesser mind. because the altitude is too high for the personal mind to keep. No. So they are above the psychological mind. This is the realm of the unknown. Actually, you are the unknown and the unknowable, because whatever is known is limit, and the self is unlimited, and you are the unlimited. When you are the unlimited, you're not concerned about limits. You're not concerned about limited or even unlimited. You're really not that concerned. And yet, you're not at all dead. Because from this state, this gives life to life. It gives love to love. It comes from here. But don't expect anybody to understand you. Because to understand, you're still in the cage of the mind. When you want to understand mentally. But to experience you, no, this is something different, you see. When you can come like this, and there's no behind or in front so much, then you are at one with the life. You find it as it comes. Yeah. But your intellect is not dead. Your emotions are not dead. You can feel things very deeply also. But like nothing sticks. Nothing is sticking. Because to stick, you need a person. Something is so beautiful, but the usual mind cannot understand it. Because the usual mind needs signs. It needs numbers. It needs addresses. It needs a future. It needs past. It needs person. But the divine mind is not like that. It's fresh. It's not concerned about future. Not concerned about past. Not even concerned about present. We try to understand what it means. But there's only past, future, or present. But this unknowable state is not belonging to past, present, or future. It's timeless. You're not going to understand it just with logical mind. But this is the happiest state. It doesn't have to be happy, ha. It's totally content. Contentment is also happiness, peace, joy, love, all of it. It's the same thing actually. If you could cook down the dictionary, cook it down, all the letters, all the words, boil it down to one thing, what word would be left there? Maybe I, from which all other words report to this I. And then what? The one who watches I. Has no story.
you.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Sometimes we're afraid, if I don't have any story, nobody will want to know me. I won't have any friends. I won't have any fun. This is the mind. Actually, you're the one that everybody wants to know, actually. Maybe they don't think that yet. You may think, nobody wants to know me. But you're the one everybody has to meet someday. Within themselves or outside, whichever comes first. Yeah. The one who has gone beyond everything, everybody's going to have to meet him one day. Either you meet him in yourself, or you meet him outside, what you may think is outside, and then he bring you inside. This is going to be the one. The one who knows nothing at all, and yet in his presence all your problems are solved. Or maybe dissolved. Am I talking to myself? Yes. Yes. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's true. I once said, no? Actually, there are no dialogues in the world. It's all a monologue. The self is talking to the self about the self. You got me on that one. I think it's a good time to have lunch now. That was so beautiful. Sometimes you cry and the tears come from eyes, but some tears come from your belly. And this one, I know him very well. He's very sweet. Thank you, my darling.